Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Board Director of Vietnamese Power Supply Company, I would like to welcome all of you to the annual meeting. For those who do not know me, I am Dan Hua from the Human Resources Department. And to be together with me tonight, please also welcome my colleagues, Mr. Ji and Ms. Han. So let's get started. I know all of you have heard so much about ADC, so tonight we would like to talk about ASEAN Economic Community, ADC, and its potential, opportunities and threats, and more important, what you should prepare for it. And the future of ADC, the success of ADC, will ultimately depend on the support it receives from ASEAN citizens, businesses and governments, and therefore I am so glad today that I see the future of ADC here tonight taking a great interest in the future of ASEAN. But first, let me ask any one of you the one question. What do you think ADC will bring in 2050? So we'd like to get like 400 different answers of 400 people in this conference room. So that's their perception of what ADC will bring and the uncertainties surrounding it will lead to many responses for the next integration, from enthusiasm, indifference, or even anxiety. So there are dangers in allowing such an important issue to remain unclear. So then, to separate the fact from the myth, I would like to tell you the 5 pillars what we can realistically respect when ADC is established. There will be free trade in goods, free trade in services, free flow of skilled labor, free flow of investment, and finally, free flow of capital. And all of those will give you a great number of benefits, but also many challenges. So tonight, after this talk, I hope that each of you will have a clearer idea of what you should prepare for the next integration. Well, so when we talk about Vietnamese labor force, we will be very optimistic because Vietnam has a population of 90 million with the median age of 27. That means a lot of people are in working age, a golden population structure, and Vietnamese workers learn very fast with a great enthusiasm. And so, but don't be so subjective about that. So do you think with those great facts can make you qualify enough for the next integration by 2015? No. So tell me, what helped you prepare for ADC? So that is the process right there, the preparation. So I can see that some of you still cannot see the opportunities when ADC is established. So have you wonder why?
Okay, now let me show the brief by telling you the truth. That is, why you're going to fail to have a great future career in a circumstance. Okay, I want to talk to those who have not or have never studied hard in your schools before, and to those who are sitting here having perception that you're qualified enough to compete with our employees from neighboring countries. I'm sorry, you're going to fail too. I want to talk to those who do not only speak basic English and misunderstand that you can be able to communicate in the company integration process. I'm sorry, you're going to fail too. To those who never experienced any real work before and ever encounter your future competitors without knowing what they're like, you're going to fail too. Is there any joke about failure? Now, ladies and gentlemen, employers love Vietnamese labor. Yes, this is precisely because we got a median age of 27 years old with quite young population, which means we got numerous people who are willing to get a well-paid job with long hours and face long hours every day. It is precisely because we got a cheap labor cost that is only a half of China and Thailand. And yes, I know that you are hoping in the future where there are more jobs created here and overseas, but ladies and gentlemen, no employers are too crazy enough to hire those who only sabotage rather than help them earn profit. So my question is, how can you be confident to set foot on a strange country without understanding its policy or social effects that may have an impact on your future career? How can you protect your rights from exploitation from your boss without knowing exactly how many hours you're allowed to work there? And how can you avoid hostility from your colleagues by accidentally insulting their cultures or work with them as a team without recognizing their national identity? And how can you not become such a failure by not knowing all of these? Ladies and gentlemen, let me emphasize and reaffirm again, you are going to fail when the integration comes. Why not? Of course, unless you prepare for it.
My friend, whether you work in Indonesia, Thailand or Singapore, this is the time for you to think that what you should prepare for the future. This is the fight for the future, and this is the fight that together we must win. We are on the same team, and none of us sits on the sideline. You haven't spent the past 20 years in school gaining your knowledge or struggling so hard to fight for the midterm examination to see another one take over your job. Tonight, I ask you to remember what the competitive labor market in this new era is all about. When the schools are closed and the ads are finally off the air, it comes down to you, Vietnamese labor, your needs and your children's future, to be able to receive better payment every year, to be able to put better food on the table every day, or to have your children endow a universal education system. For me, it's been a pleasure for me to be here with you in your workplace and in our community. And your story reminds me that every Vietnamese people or employee is bound up to the lead of Vietnamese people. Your hard work, your devotion to duty, your love for your children, and especially your determination to keep going, often in the face of enormous obstacles. I will always remember the old man who went once for medical care, and he told me this: take care of my buddies. A lot of them are still over there, and please will you help take care of me? My friend, if you feel obstacle ahead, don't worry, we will help. If you feel the language barrier is burdening you and your work, don't worry, we provide English classes for you. We have native speakers that can solve your problems. If you're afraid of group work, we make you love it. Work with the people you hate the most and communicate with them. If you want to avoid hostility, get to know the culture of the country you're going to work. If you want better payment policy, don't worry, we always support you. We give you the opportunity to work in a professional environment. We give you the exposure to new technology, and while the choice is a place, we make agreements to ensure your working conditions. You should never give in. You should never give up, and together we can make history. You can be a red team for our country to provide representative every month that you work overseas, and when you go wrong, you widely spread what you have learned of the country you work. And on that path to future career, I have one piece of advice for you. If you hear the dog, keep going. If they are shouting after you, keep going. If you want to take a success, keep going. Even in the darkest moment, our every Vietnamese can have faith to keep going. And I've seen it in you. I've seen it in our teachers and firefighters, police officers, and nurses. I've seen it in our small business owner and union workers. The men and the women of our military, you always keep going. But remember, before we can keep going, we need to get going by preparing for the bright future. Thank you.